G'day everyone and welcome back. Life has slowed down in such a healthy way. I've reached a place where I am not only completely at home in my surroundings, but also in myself and the pace of life I'm choosing. It's like every cell in my body continues to exhale in gratitude. It's almost astounding how much we can expect of ourselves with the pace of life that society tries to dictate, when living slowly and gently feels so much more natural. My days of drifting, much of which I loved in my earlier years, feel so far behind me. The same goes for trying so hard in my work and life. I'm no longer interested in the hustle that can come with growing your business. Instead, I trust in the flow of enoughness and only take action in my work for things that light me up, not things driven by fear of missing out on opportunities if I decide to say no. I am at home in myself now, and it fits me well. This, of course, doesn't mean there aren't challenges, but they are simply a part of life to deal with as they arise. Nature reminds me that good things take time. This includes both larger life challenges and smaller ones, like the development of my garden and my deepening connection with this earth. Some of the garden beds that I proudly showed you in the last episode were ruined by wildlife when we were away for a few days. I think it was most likely the cockatoos. The galahs don't seem so interested in the fancy stuff, only the grass seeds. It's okay though. Not perfect, but okay. Like in life, it's only through finding out what doesn't work can we know what does. The kangaroos too seem more interested in the grass than jumping our fence and coming in too regularly. I'll share more about the roos a little later, as I had the most incredible encounter with them. So now that most of the flowers are in for the year, there may be some others, some random ones, but actually there will be. I got a few seeds, free seed packets from a gardening club I've joined. So I've got poppy and salvia and zinnia. I've already got some zinnia in, but I'm going to put these in today anyway. I'm at the point where I really don't know what's anywhere, and I really like that. I like the surprise of it. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. As I've said in the last episode, this year is just a trial run anyway, and a lot of what I'm putting in are annuals rather than the longer biennials or perennials, because I just want to see the survival rate against the wildlife. This is my sophisticated glass house for seedlings at the moment. It's a plastic celery container, but it allows them to be protected from the wind. And then if we have heavy rain, I just put this on top, the lid on top. Anyway, today I'm putting in some red flowering. I'm starting on trees. It's been a big decision because I don't want to block the view, but at the same time I absolutely need trees. These ones though will be way too big for the house yard. They'll go out in the paddock somewhere. They're red flowering gums, and we've got so many gum trees here, but the flowering gums are white flowering gums, and I love those, but I also want red ones as well. Yeah. So I've bought a packet of 10 seeds, and I'll put those in, get them started as seedlings. I've got some seed protector sort of windbreak triangle things to go around them once they do go in the ground. But the thing is, once they go in the ground, then there's watering, a lot of watering. So I really have to time it, because carrying watering cans out to the paddocks every single day during summer will probably be too challenging physically, so just in the weight and everything. So what I'm thinking is I'll just put them in here for now and take it from there. I really find planting seeds over seedlings, even though I've done it just to reduce the risks this year, the costs, and buying stacks of seedlings that the birds may destroy, I just find something really beautiful about planting something from its seed, from its absolute seed, because these trees, they'll grow like taller than the house. They'll grow massive. They'll certainly outlive me. But the fact that I'm putting them in and they've started like this, like a dot of a seed, I just find that miraculous, and such an honour to keep this beautiful plant going. So I love the red flowering plants. I love photographing them. They have little caps on them that like seed pods, and the flower pushes the lid off the pod and the flower comes out then. And I do have some photos that I've taken of them in years gone by, about ones I've seen here and there. So this is the seed of more dreams, more creative dreams, and also more nature dreams. And just give them some water and then their journey begins. Ta-da! A new forest. Now to get these flowers in. I don't know where I'll put them. Poppy, salvia and zinnia. Right. I've had some moments lately so beautiful that they've brought tears to my eyes. Things that may seem inconsequential to some, but not to me. Small moments when I pause in awe and breathe in the happenings of the macro world, or look at the vastness of the sky, and my heart almost explodes in gratitude. It was a long road to here, but I'm so grateful for who it all made me. As well as the small moments, I've been excited by the installation of the bird bath. I had a ceramic one before, but algae formed easily and was hard on my hands to remove. I'd dreamt of a copper one for a long time, which doesn't form algae, but I wanted the right setting. Now I have that. It's in the paddock to not encourage more snakes close to the house. Snakes need water too. The bird bath instructions said it may take a while for the bird life to come, until the bowl loses its brightness and becomes tarnished. So I've waited and waited and finally, wait for it, an insect, and then a stunned wallaby. And then a magpie who now visits regularly. There has even been a baby Maggie, which you can tell by the fluffier feathers. Even though other birds will eventually arrive, at least I hope so, I'm still delighted just to know I'm bringing the magpie's enjoyment. Time will tell what else this little world will attract. As well as a sweet koala on a neighbour's road, 3 deer kept me entertained recently too. I first spotted them down in the paddock while I was at the clothesline one morning. A couple of them ventured closer to the house another time. They are not a native species, so are not seen favourably by most, but I do love them. What I love most, though, is just how many kangaroos I share this land with. They are everywhere. More than 10 are called a mob, a court, or a troop. I'll stick with mob. The other night, a mob bounded out of the bush to begin their grazing at dusk before they spotted me nearby. When they did, and realised the dogs and I were no threat, they just carried on eating. Some were only about 15 metres from me. My zoom lens hasn't arrived yet, so this shows just how close some of them were. I just stood and watched them in awe, respecting that they were still wild creatures. Seeing a little Joey just added to my bliss. I stayed with them a while, but then left them to their grazing, walking home with tears of delight that this is now a part of my everyday life, to mix with wildlife like that. Life is good, and I'm going to let myself own that. Before I wind up this episode, here's a quick look at the dots of life coming up in the terraced garden beds. Nature is the most brilliant teacher, and constantly reminds me that the tiniest dot of a seed can grow into something magnificent, a bit like our own ideas really. They can start as mere thoughts, like a fleeting idea or wish, but with nurturing and love can come to transform our lives completely. My wish to live more simply and back under a huge country sky has certainly done that for me. There is amazement in the minute scale of a seed, and that it can transform into a beautiful flower of colour and uniqueness. Every dot of green here started as a speck, and already it's reaching for its potential. That's pretty exciting. Thanks for tuning in again. Just want to have a quick word about scheduling before we finish up. This vlog is a love project for me, meaning I love doing it. But to keep it as a love project, it means I can't put pressure on myself around it. And I've been trying to do it fortnightly, but then what happens is Trix, please darling, away. If my assistant is, cavoodles, they are the sookiest animals on the planet. If my assistant is away or I'm away, then it means a really big gap in between some of the episodes. And I'd really like to get some consistency for you, the viewer, for you who shares this time and shares this journey of evolution with me here. So what I've decided to do after this episode, is I'm just going to schedule it once a month, because that's manageable. If my assistant is away, or if I'm away, or it's school holidays or anything else, I can still manage to create a monthly vlog. And that way my heart stays in it. That way I show you the most beautiful aspects of whatever has happened in the month out here, especially with the wildlife, and it just feels like a better fit for me. So I thought if I at least make it semi-official, then you know when to expect it. So we're aiming at scheduling it. At the moment, we schedule it usually really early on a Monday morning in Australia, a Sunday night in a lot of other places in the world. So we're going to aim for the last Monday of the month, which is when this one will go out as well. And so I hope that works for you. And so last Monday Australia time could be last Sunday in your world, last Sunday evening in your world. There may be occasions where it's a day or two either side of that, but I think if you sort of count on it in the last week of the month, then you know when to expect it, and I know when to aim for it, and I think that will work with a lot more consistency ongoing, because I know that over the life of this vlog so far, there's been a lot of stops and starts, and I really do love being here and sharing this beautiful part of the planet with you. And my intention always is to bring beauty into your life through it. So I'm going to finish this episode with music, but not the usual type of music. Instead of man-made music, as it often is, I'm going to just let nature's music sing you out, which is the frogs at our dam. So I invite you to stick around. It won't go forever, just a minute or two, but just breathe deeply and let yourself settle into that music from nature, the harmonies of the frogs, and just let your nervous system relax and be fully present with it. And I'll see you next month. Thank you for this time shared. I send you all so much love and appreciation, and just stay safe out there and be happy.